Hi guys, welcome back to our video notes 4.2 example 4. I'm following along with the example numbers in the book. So multiplication rule of independent events. So what if I am throwing two fair dice and we are trying to find the probability of getting a 5 on each dice, the probability of rolling a 7 both times, and then the probability of rolling snake eyes. So I'm going to show you two different ways to solve this. One way using sample space and one way using the probability multiplication rules. You'll see that if you can understand the multiplication rule, it's much less work than using the sample space. So using the sample space below, you can see that I created it by showing all possible outcomes for the first and second roll. So please copy this down. So whether I got a 1 on the first roll, and then the possibilities for the second, 2 on the first roll, possibilities for the second, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I tried to be as strategic as possible with showing my possible rolls. So I see my sample space is a total of 36 possible outcomes. So if I was doing part A, using sample space, it's quite simple after you build the sample space. So part A, the probability of rolling 5 both times, I can see from my sample space only happens once out of my total 36 times. But another way you can do it is multiplication rule. You want probability of a 5 and then another 5. Well, that's going to be probability of a 5 on my first roll multiplied by probability of a 5 on my second roll. Well, on my first roll, the probability of rolling a 5 is 1 out of 6, multiplied by the probability of rolling a 5 my second time, which is going to be another 1 out of 6. I still get 1 out of 36, same answer, whether you use a sample space or you use the multiplication rule. Okay, let's try part B using both methods. You can choose whichever method you like. So probability of rolling a 7 both times. Very similar to this one, right? Probability of 7 both times. Well, let's see. Probability of a 7. I don't think I meant to say both times. Just what's the probability of rolling a 7? That couldn't have been. Probability of rolling a 7. Well, let's see how many options there are where my answer or my sum is 7. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 out of 36, which is 1/6. And I really think that's probably the easiest way to do that one. So now, let's go ahead and try the third one. What's the probability of rolling snake eyes? Well, that's probability of snake eyes. Using sample space, I can see there's only one time I get snake eyes, 1 out of 36. Or without using the sample space, it would be probability of 1 and then another 1. So that's probability of 1 multiplied by probability of 1, which is 1/6 times 1/6, which is 1 out of 36. So sometimes it's easier to do a sample space. Sometimes it's easier to do multiplication rule. The more comfortable you get with probability, the easier it'll be to decide.